Hello students, today we'll start the third lesson of Footprints of 10th, The Midnight Visitor. Before starting the lesson, let's see how the pattern of the story is. The story is actually a secret agent's story whose name is Osable, and here a suspense story also. In a suspense story, what happens that you don't know what will happen till the end. You must have seen a suspense film wherein there is a little bit of, you know, suspicion as what will happen, The, the film which you see grips you. In the same way, there are other serials of detective and all that you see. The same way here is a detective also who is involved, and the general perception of what happens we'll see in this suspense thriller. The story is about Osable, a secret agent, is expecting to get a very important report. A report he's going to get. Another secret agent, Max, another secret agent who is his opponent, he threatens him with a pistol, demanding the report. I want that report which you are having. Does Osable outwit him? Outwit means you are able to, subvert, or whatever attack is that you are able to counter attack and get your thing what you want. And that way, let's see whether Osable is able to. Now the writer, when he describes the whole episode, how it goes, Osable did not fit any description of the secret agent. So looking on the face of it, the outer appearance of Osable was not that much to a secret agent of Fowler and even Red. Following him down the musty corridor of the gloomy French hotel where Osable had a room, Fowler felt that let down. Fowler, who is with him and sees that what is Osable, what type of personality he must be seeing for the first time, then he's not happy with what he, as a secret agent he is. The picture of a secret agent in a detective story or in a film you must have seen, that is not there. So let's see, what he has the impression of that. Osable was, for one thing, fat. You can see in the picture. Though he spoke French and German passably means overall that is right and acceptable. He had never altogether lost the American accent he had brought to Paris from Boston 20 years ago. As you know, American English has a typical accent, the style of speaking. That speaking of that accent, with which he spoke English, was relevant, or he was imbibed in that particular way of saying or speaking, since that 20 years ago he got from there. You are disappointed, Osable, said busily over his shoulder. You were told that I was a secret agent, a spy dealing in espionage. Espionage was a spy, and danger. You wish to meet me because you are a writer, you're young and romantic. You envisioned mysterious figures in the night, the pistol, the drugs and the wine and all these things, and expected detective stories, all vices and menace of the society. That is always, expected in a detective story. So Oswald tells him, that young Fowler, you wanted a very nice story, wherein this wine and pistols and drugs and all that was involved in that. Instead, you have spent a dull evening in a French music hall with a sloppy fat man who, instead of having messages, slipped into making an appointment in his room. You have been bored, the fat man chuckled to himself as he unlocked the door of his room and stood aside to let his frustrated guest enter. So the guest was Fowler, and about himself only he says that he slipped into this hand by dark-eyed beauties. He thought that in the hotel and everywhere around him. Detective is there, so he has a couple of people with him, and whatever he wants to write about this, detective story needs a masala, you call it. No? That type of thing you didn't get in me. He accepts and he opens the door of his room and gets inside. You are disillusioned, Ausable told him. Disillusioned, disappointed. But take cheer, my young friend. Presently you will see a paper, a quite important paper, for which several men and women have risked their lives. You don't take it for granted that I'm a very simple man. You are going to see a paper that many men and women are ready to risk their lives to get that paper. Come to me. Someday, soon, that paper may well affect the course of the history. In that thought is drama. Is there not? So I have such an important paper with me that people want to die for it to get it, and I have it. So is that not a very big thing for your drama you want to write? As he spoke, Ausable closed the door behind him, then he switched on the light. You can see in the picture, Ausable switching on the light. And as the light came on, Fowler and his first authentic thrill of the day, for halfway across the room, a small automatic pistol in his hand, stood a man. So here, for that important paper, Max, who is the another detective, he wants the paper from him, and so he has entered the room secretly. Ausable blinked a few times. Detective stories involve this type of sudden attack, and that attack has to be counter-attacked by the other detective, and that is done also by Ausable very nicely. You see over here how he tackles this person. Other person, a normal person, a common person, a common man would have never been able to rid himself of the fear when he sees a man with a pistol pointed at him. Ausable blinked a few times. Max wheezed. Wheezed means you can see in the back. Wheezed sound meaning certain are given very nicely, connected to the meaning which is related to here. So here wheezed is given a spoke, breathing noisily and heavily. That voice, noisily. That's speaking. That way, this is Max. He didn't speak Max directly in a normal tone. You gave me quite a start. I thought you were in Berlin. You were in Berlin. That's in Germany. What are you doing here in my room? So here, how has Max got in? How does Ausable say he got in? That will be the questions answered in the next paragraphs. Max was slender. Now the appearance compared to the Ausible's very fat body is just opposite. Max was slender, slim, a little less than tall. Not very tall, not very short. With features that suggested slightly the crafty pointed countenance of a fox. Countenance, appearance, face, countenance, the face of a fox he was having, like long one. There was about him, aside from the gun, nothing especially menacing, frightening. There was nothing frightening, except that pistol he was having. That there was nothing frightening in him. That he was a very big man or a muscular man. He would, strangle him to death or like that. Nothing was there in that Max. Only pointing of the pistol was one of the thing that was, to be tackled with. And as a detective, Ausable, we expect that he must be a very good fellow doing that. The report, he murmured, the report that he is being brought to you tonight concerning some new missiles. I thought I would take it from you if it will be safer in my hands than in yours. Give that paper of missiles and secret papers you have. Give it to me. It will be safer in my hands rather than yours. So better give me, and don't try to say anything. Just hand me over. Ausable moved to an armchair and sat down heavily. I'm going to raise the devil with the management this time. Now see, the story makes and diverts the mind of this Max, how he does it very nicely, grimly. So he has talked with the management. What he has talked with? This is the second time in a month that somebody has cut into my room through that nuisance of a balcony. From that balcony, that window small, they are coming in my room. And second time it has happened in my room. I've told two times, and many times, and the two times this incident has taken place, which now the night was passing blackly. Balcony, Max said with a rising inflection. Inflection means rising accent tone. Balcony? No, a passkey. I did not know about the balcony. It might have saved me some trouble had I known. The trouble of opening the door and with various keys and trying with master keys to pass through the door you're locked. If I had known that there is a balcony outside, I would have gone from there, not come from here. It is not my balcony. Oswald said with extreme irritation. It belongs to the next apartment. He glanced explanatory at Fowler. He's telling everything to Fowler. See, there is a balcony over here, and the living room was attached to it. It had a balcony. It extends up to my window now, and anyone can get through that window into my room. Max glanced at Fowler, who was standing stiffly not far from Oswald, and waved the gun with a commanding gesture. Please sit down, he said. We have a wait of half an hour, I think. 31 minutes, Oswald said moodily. Not 30, 31. You don't count wrong. Oswald said moodily. The appointment was for 12:30, I wish. I knew how you learned about the report, Max. The little spy smiled heavily. We wish he knew how your people got the report, but no harm has been done. I will get it back tonight. What is that? Who is at the door? So other people have also got to you for this report and you didn't give that. Now, but I will not today allow you to, go away with that. I will take the report, the secret paper, and then only move out. Paolo jumped at the sudden knocking at the door. Now there is a knocking at the door. Now, the knocking at the door is very well interpreted and frightening, type of situation is created by Oswald to frighten Max. And that will be the police, he said. Who will be outside? I think that the police will be there. I thought that much important paper is one we are waiting for should have a little extra protection. I told them to check on me to make sure everything was well all right. So that way, Max is threatened that police were helping me all the time because I had this very important paper, and had this paper leaked out or gone out of my hand, it would be danger. Therefore, they have given me protection. So maybe the police are at the door. So this creates a frightening effect. Nervousness creeps into Max. The knocking was repeated. What will you do now, Max? Oswald asked. If I do not answer the door, they will enter anyway. The door is unlocked and they will not hesitate to shoot. If I'll not open, they will open anyway, thinking that I'm in trouble, and you will be, how to surrender them. Max's face was black with anger as he backed swiftly towards the window. He swung the leg over the sill. There's a balcony, he thinks, over there. So he moves out there. Send them away or I'll shoot and take my chances. Send them away or I'll shoot you. Tell them to go away. The knocking at the door became louder and a voice was raised. Mr. Oswald, keeping his body twisted so that his gun still covered the fat and his guest. At the window grasped the frame with his free hand to support himself. Then he swung his other leg up and over the window sill. The other leg also is standing to the window sill. The doorknob turned swiftly. Max pushed with his left hand to free himself from the sill and dropped to the balcony. He's dropping now. The door opened and the waiter came with a tray. The police not, but the waiter came. A bottle and two glasses. That is a drink for you ordered when you returned, he said, and set the tray on the table, deftly uncorked the bottle and left the room. He uncorked the and two glasses he poured, and then the waiter went away out of the room. White-faced Fowler stared after him, but he stammered, "The police! Where's the police?" Fowler asked. "You said the police are with them." There were no police Ausable side, only Henry, whom I was expecting. I was expecting Henry to come, but nothing police was there. But won't that man out on the balcony? Won't that man on the balcony come and, have us again? Fowler began. "No," said Ausable. "He won't return, you see, young friend. There is no balcony." So he's jumped out of the window thinking there is a balcony, and he jumps out. And this way, the Ausable is able to outwit the other secret agent, Max, who dies out of falling up the window. And whatever danger was posed on him was diverted to Max himself. These are the type of secret agents. They have the ability to counterattack whenever there is any problem on them. And this way, Ausable was a real sense, a genius of a, you can say, over here portrayed by Robert Arthur as a secret agent. He was genius, and therefore we can say that he won the battle that was nearly lost. A man with a pistol in the room, and how he outwits him in a very effective way. The balcony which he had described made an impact on him, and he tried to move out from that. So that way, he ends his life, Max, and that way Ausable is set free and is having the report with him, the secret report. So here you saw that Ausable's great ability, and therefore he was in a real sense a secret agent of the right caliber, and compared to Max. So here with that we got the idea, you get the idea of this detective story, how it happens. So you write the textual answers of this in your fair notebook. Till then, goodbye.